right, everybody. Woo! What a beautiful day out there today. It's going to be a good one here. We've got some great guests lined up here. But first, I want to tell you about our sponsor. We talk about this every week. His name is Julio Gamez, and he owns a company called Gamez and Gamez Facility Solutions. And they have a lot of, it's a big company. They got a lot of things, but they have a line of commercial services that is great. Preventive maintenance, freezers, fryers, grills, plumbing, power washing, special lighting, concrete, asphalt, paving, and striping, electrical. Some of their clients are Burger King, churches, Polo Loco, KFC, Jack in the Box, Taco Bell. They give free estimates, large and small projects. Gamez and GamezFS.com. Gamez and GamezFS.com, or you can call them 210-601-0761, and they have financing available, excellent customer service, and sales, installation, and repair, and that's just about a third of what they do. So we're going to be talking to them later on. And actually, I'm going to get Julio and his wife to come on here in a few weeks, and we're going to spend the whole show talking to them about their business. It's really a great company. They're good people. We've known them a long time. We're going to go to John Nava and Sharon Arnold here just a little bit. They are out at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo today. We've never done anything, I haven't, just like this. I've done shows out there before, but I was one out there, so I've got them out there, and they're going to do a call-in with some people that are some who's who of the rodeo. So they got a great list of people. You don't want to miss that. But first, the Frontier Times Museum is coming up with an event on February 27th, a Thursday. Rebecca Norton is a longtime friend, about 20 years of mine. She's with the Frontier Times Museum, and she's got a special event coming up with a guy named Bill Stevens. They're going to have a gallery showing and an artist talk, and it's going to be February 27th, a Thursday, 5 p.m. to 7:30, and I'm going to go if I can. And we happen to have Bill on the phone with us right now. Bill, how you doing today?
Good. How are you, Roy?
Well, we always like to do anything we can for Frontier Times Museum. So tell us a little bit about this event that's coming up on the 27th of February.
Well, yeah, on the 27th, I'm going to give a talk, I guess, and visit with everybody. It'll be the opening for the show. I do Western art, and I've been doing it for quite a long time, it seems. Anyway, I've shown everywhere except in Bandera, Texas, and it's kind of an honor and a privilege to be able to share what I've done and shown for years that everybody else gets to see, but finally get to show it in Bandera.
Well, yeah, Bandera is quite a community.
Yeah, it's a really interesting. Well, it's kind of a story. I moved here about 39 years ago, and I travel quite a bit in my work. I work primarily with large corporations. I'm an Aggie. I have my bachelor's and master of animal science and agriculture from Texas A&M, and so I traveled every company, and I worked for several. Every time I would move and travel all over the United States, and I was a professional rodeo cowboy. I rode bulls for Texas A&M rodeo team, and then, of course, I turned pro while I was working on my master's, and so consequently, I traveled quite a bit, and I was able to, have a career, a business career, and then compete in rodeos at the same time, and so that was kind of a nice deal. Well, anyway, I finally wound up moving to Bandera, Texas. And I found it was the cowboy capital of the world, and I could work 25 rodeos a year right here and never have to drive more than 10 miles. And so that's what got me into this part of the world. Now, I started painting years ago, and I won a book at the California Cattle Feeders convention there at the John Wayne Tennis Club in Newport Beach, California. And it was a book of Russell paintings. And that's what I started doing. I started copying them. And so that's how I got my feet wet. And this would be about 1979. Anyway, when I moved to Bandera, I was 25 miles from the Cowboy Artist of America, and I was privileged to work with about 7 of the CAs, do their workshops. And so that's what got my feet really wet into it, where you spend a week with all of these world famous cowboy artists. Joe Beeler, Fritz White on the sculpting side of it. And it was, and that's what really got me going. And then, of course, the next thing was to do shows, because what I did, I retired from the corporate world back in 91. And because I didn't want to move again. The companies, I moved 3 times with Hoffman LaRoche Pharmaceutical. And so, and that's how I wound up in Bandera. But anyway, I just didn't want to move anymore. And so I decided just take up art full time.
Well, what can people expect when they come February 27th? You're going to have your art displayed?
Excuse me?
You're going to have your art displayed?
Oh, yes. It's already up and displayed on it as it is as we speak. Yes. It's already up. They'll have several, I guess, I don't know. I didn't do a head count, maybe about 20 paintings and 8 bronzes. And I guess they'll have a book of some of my cartoons, because I was a cartoonist for Calf Magazine for the cattle feeding industry, nationally published for 18 years. And then I taught at the Southwest School of Art. I taught cartooning in San Antonio at the Southwest School of Art for 22 years. And then at the San Antonio Academy at the same time for 17 years.
You've led an exciting life, Bill.
Yeah, it's crazy. Rodeo cowboy, rodeo, and worked for, Cargill, Continental Grain, Cargill, Hospital LaRoche Pharmaceutical. And I travel because I always worked large areas.
Well, listen, Bill, I need to wrap it up. I got to move on here, but I want to remind people again, you're going to be at the Frontier Times Museum in Bandera, 510 13th Street, on February 27th. That's Thursday, from 5 to 7:30 p.m., and you'll be there to meet everybody. And so we look forward to it. I look forward to meeting you personally, and I'm going to be down there myself and bring my wife if she's well enough, and we're going to come down there and meet you, and we hope a lot of people will come to Frontier Times Museum, February 27th, Thursday, 5 to 7:30, and meet Bill Stevens. Bill, thank you for being on with me today.
Well, thank you so much. I look forward to meeting you. And have a great day.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye. All right, you're listening to Talk About Texas. I'm Ron Houston, and we've got to get out to the rodeo right now. We've got some special people to talk to today, and the first special person off the bat is John Nava. Hi, John. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, Roy. I tell you one thing. I am very, very blessed here today. I am surrounded by a whole bunch of good-looking women.
Ooh!
And I'm telling you, they just can't get up. Their hands are all over me. I'm very nervous.
It's a hard job, John, a hard job, but somebody's got to do it.
I don't know what to do.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Okay, yeah, we have several people here. We had Gloria Ramirez. She's the chairperson of the wine committee. And we had Barbie Todd. She's here. And Siobhan Andrews, she's from the International Committee. Also, the weather person, Channel 4. Thanks to her that we having good weather. So when y'all see her, pat her in the back, because if it wasn't a Siobhan, we wouldn't have this kind of weather.
I'll take $1 each person, please.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, let's talk to Gloria. What do you think?
Okay, hey, yeah, let's talk to Gloria. Welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about your committee.
Thanks, Gloria. Yes, thanks, Sharon and John, for having us. I've been chairman of the wine committee for 5 years, and we have a great wine committee and a great wine garden out here. We have 3 events that we put on throughout the year. We have a wine competition in October, and then a wine auction in November, and then, of course, the wine garden here during the rodeo in February. And we have some great wines out there. We have not only championship wines from our competition, but we also have this wonderful new wine that we have, the Stockman wine. The Stockman wine, that's great. Yeah. So this wine was, it's out of the California region, California state, sorry. And we have a Sauvignon Blanc, a Cabernet Sauvignon, and a Reserve Cabernet. And this is just, they're available at HEB. They're available in our wine garden.
But what's so nice is when you go to the wine garden, it's a great place to be because you can go out there, you can relax, you can hear music. Not only music, you can have great wine, red, white, or whatever you want. So don't forget to go out there and see her.
Yeah. So we also have a brand new deck out there with live music, so you can come out and see us, enjoy the beautiful weather that Siobhan is prescribing for us. Yeah, but do we want to talk a little bit about Stockman?
Yes. Yeah, if you could tell us about the wine, how it's made and all that stuff. And I tell you what, we just popped a bottle a little while ago. It's very tasty. So if you could talk about it a little bit, just tell us about it.
Great. Yeah, so our Stockman wine, we wanted to get a product that was tied back to agriculture and to viticulture. And so we brought in 3 winemakers, and we found a winemaker that really believed in what we believe in agriculture. And they are out of California, but they believe in sustainability, and they have a working ranch. And so, they have out there their sheep, and they actually come through after they harvest their vines, and their sheep eat the leaves, and then they come back and they fertilize the leaves, right? So the manure obviously fertilizes, and so it's the sustainable part of it. And so we were really happy to find this winemaker that we could partner with. And he's done a great job for us, and we hope to add more to this. But this is really every bottle that you purchase goes back to scholarship. Yeah. So we're still keeping that education piece of it and being able to give something back year round, not only just during the show, but year round throughout the.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, let me ask you, how many years have y'all been in the committee, and then y'all been giving scholarship, and approximately how much y'all give out a year? You don't know?
Yeah, so we actually started as the Go Western Gala, and then in 2011, our founding chairman, Dinah Covert, she actually went to Keith Martin at the time and tried to bring wine onto the rodeo. So we started the wine committee in 2011. So next year will be our 15th year. It's done very well. We've grown. We have about 250 members on our committee. Wow. And so we're still looking for volunteers always.
Tell us about your merchandise.
Yeah, so we do have the official Stockman merchandise. We have some great Govino cups with every bottle that you purchase in the wine garden of the Stockman wine. You get 2 glasses, 2 Govino glasses, so they're the stemless. They're not glass, they're plastic. Uh-huh. You get 2 glasses with those, and they're logos. We also have corkscrews for sale, and we have wine stoppers, which I'm not sure why we need wine stoppers if you like wine.
Because you drink it all.
Yeah, but we do have those, and they have a nice little S hat on it. And then we have some tumblers, some little nice wood tumblers that you can drink out of as well.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. That's a great story.
Yeah, and again, all of that goes back to 100% goes back to the scholarship. So.
That means a lot. That means a lot to get scholarships to these kids, because kids couldn't make it without our scholarships, Yep. It's a great thing. And, so I appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
And you do it all year.
Yes, we are a year-round committee. So we start in April. And we go through until, February that we end. So we get about a month or 2 off, and that's it. But we do a lot of our fundraising is towards a portion of ours goes towards viticulture. So we really want to give back, especially with Texas Tech being so close in Lubbock. And then there's a branch in Fredericksburg. So we really want to support the youth of Texas. We've had a winemaker before who actually received a scholarship, Daniel Bingham. Oh. And then he went back and he came back with his family of Bingham Wines, and he made the Best of Show Texas red wine. So, it's a great story. So it kind of made a full circle. And then De Gavino is a Texas winery in Stonewall that they won grand champion last year for the first time. A Texas winery won grand champion. So we really support our Texas wines as well.
Well, that's great. And I thank you for everything you do for the rodeo.
Thank you.
It's great.
Okay, well, Gloria, thank you very much for what you're doing. And thank you for you brought us the samples. Yay, Gloria. Yeah, Roy, you got anything you like to add?
No, I think they're doing great. We're glad to have on the wine committee because, I live up in the Fredericksburg area, and the wine business is big in Texas. So that's a great thing that we're covering that in the Stock Show and Rodeo, because obviously that's become something very special to a lot of people. I'll tell you now, the lady you got coming up is Barbie Puckett. Be sure and ask her who her father and grandfather were, because she had some very important people involved in the rodeo for a good while.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, she definitely. Actually, we're going to go straight to her right now. we have Barbie Puckett Todd, and she's here with a superstar, Siobhan Andrews from the Weather Woman. That's why we got good weather, and she's turned purple right now, and she's telling me I'm number one.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Barbie, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much. Yes, I do have a little history. Hi, Mr. Holly. How are you, Roy? You doing good?
Hello, Barbie Todd, one of my favorite people.
I just love you to pieces. Yeah, I have a little history here. Any of the history buffs watching might be interested in this. I have deep roots in the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. Matter of fact, I just picked up a pin. I've been with the rodeo over 40 years at this time. Back in 1944, my grandfather, A.J. Plow, was a businessman here in San Antonio, and he decided that we needed a livestock exposition in the San Antonio area to bring business to the area and to promote agriculture. So he got with a couple of brothers named Joe and Harry Freeman, and they decided they wanted to build it, and they wanted it on the east side because that's where my grandfather's business was. So they went to the commissioner's court, and they said, why don't we build this livestock exposition and have it on the east side of San Antonio? So the commissioner's court put together an esteemed group of San Antonio businessmen, and they talked about it, and they looked at San Antonio, and they came back to the board, and they decided to put it on the north side where our airport is, our international airport is at this time. Oh, no, my grandfather wasn't going to have that. He was so mad. He said, I want it on the east side, not on the north side. So he ran for county commissioner, and he won. Well, at that point, he had it put on the ballot for all the people, the citizens of San Antonio, to decide where it was going to be put. And he, of course, wanted it on the east side. Not a lot of people were happy about that, but he did. So in February of 1950, we had our first livestock exposition. And what's kind of interesting is they ran an ad in the San Antonio Express News, or the light paper at that time. And this first ad was on the comic page where the puzzles were. And adults could come into the livestock exposition for 60 cents. And tickets, if you want to see the rodeo from really good seats, were $1.50. I thought that was interesting.
That's great.
That's kind of the history of how the livestock exposition started here. And again, not a couple of years later, we started up with the rodeo.
Yeah.
That's the history of me. Now, the problem is that's all fine and dandy, but I'm sitting here by this crazy redhead. And
Crazy, Roy.
And we have become best friends over the last several years. I've been chairman of the souvenir committee for years. I was past assistant vice president of the show. Siobhan's been on the international committee for a very, very long time.
Let me bartending. I've never bartended in my life.
You're so old. You've been there for years.
I am not talking to you anymore for at least the next 2 minutes.
Well, that's so we have a lot of fun out here. We've got some social media presence, and if you want to laugh, please go to Facebook or Instagram and type in SA Weather and Feather. Spell it out.
I love it.
And it's two crazies. Now, you tell them what your impression is of us.
I tell you what, Roy, I've been following, because I knew Barbie forever. And she told me about this, and I've been watching it. These are two nuts. I mean, they're crazy. They're the brand new Lucy and Ethel.
We are.
And
Those are dangerous women. Watch it.
We got a blonde head. And they're crazy. And, you know, the one that I like, the one when Elvis Presley was kicking Barbara's, I can't say it on the air, but her bohiney.
One of our posts.
One of the posts that was funny, and the one that got now is a hilarious dance.
Let's talk to Miss Anders right now, the meteorologist.
Okay, well, I'm going to pass to her right now.
Hi, Roy. How are you?
How are you today? You know, we met a long time ago. I think it was in Comfort. I don't remember, but I remember you had something.
Think so.
Yeah,
actually,
we met. I remember that red hair.
Oh, you know, I kind of stick out like a sore thumb.
That's kind of your trademark, isn't it?
What about the store in Comfort? I do have a store in Comfort and one in Rockport.
And what's the name of your store?
So maybe that's Shopping with Siobhan, and I'm right there on Highway 27. I've had it about the last 4 years. So it's fun. I've had a good time with it, and you know, I love keeping myself busy. I don't know. I can't find enough stuff I need to get into.
How did you get into
all kinds of things.
Broadcasting? How'd you get into doing the weather?
I've been doing it almost 29 years. I went to school at Trinity University and then ended up doing news. And then I decided I didn't like news. So then I fell into weather. And, I don't know. I'm in trouble all the time when I come out to rodeo, though. Either I'm in trouble because it's too hot, or I'm in trouble because it's too cold, or I'm in trouble because it's raining. And all I can say to them is, you know what? I'm just a speaker for Mother Nature.
Well, it seems like you're still having fun, right?
Of course. I love it. So much fun. I just fill in. I used to be at KSAT for about 15 years, and now I fill in at News 4 and Fox. So I have a great time. I'm lucky. I get to keep my foot in the door still. I'm waiting for them to, tell me, okay, babe, it's been fun, but now it's time for you to retire. But they haven't done that yet.
No, they're not going to do that.
They're not going to do it.
I'm very blessed. Actually blessed to be born and raised here and get.
Now, when are you on doing the weather on TV now?
You know what? I just fill in, Roy. When somebody is off, I step in, so people really don't know, and I just kind of pop up on TV. So turn on News 4 or Fox. You never know who you're going to see and what we're going to be doing.
So you're special.
You know what? It's fun. I also was lucky enough to do a DIY segment with Shelley Miles on living, and I do that every second and fourth Thursday. So
you've got the perfect deal.
Huh?
Teach me stuff.
What'd you say?
I said you've got the perfect deal.
Honey,
every once in a while, you're on TV. You don't have to be there every day, but every once in a while.
I have a good time. Life is short. You got to live and have some fun and kick it up. That's where my girlfriend Barbie comes in.
But I have a question, Siobhan. Where's your voice?
I don't have it because I was too busy hooting and hollering with you.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I wasn't invited.
You know what? We're going to put it out on the internet. You'll know exactly when Barbie and I are acting like weather and feathers.
Really, Roy, if you could look at him right now, Johnny's got 4 women in his lap.
Boy, I don't know what to do. I need help.
Well, listen, Miss Anders, thank you so much for being with us today. And where's your business located in Comfort one more time?
It's on Highway 27 right in the town of Comfort, and it's called Shopping with Siobhan. It's right on the main drag. There's no way to miss it. We got all kinds of fun and vintage, unique treasures, gifts, and we have a couple of casitas you can rent on VRBO. But check out all of us because you know what? I got some brilliantly talented people sitting around me, so it's a great time to be with all of us, and it's so much fun to be here at Rodeo.
Well, thank you for being with us today. We appreciate it.
Okay, now before we leave, Roy, we're going to talk to Eileen.
Eileen, let's bring her on.
Yeah, we're going to talk to her right now. Eileen, tell us about what we do and where we.
You got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Well, many thanks to our volunteers who have been working hard to raise money for these hardworking kids. All of our funds support the junior livestock auction participants, those kids that really need it, as well as the scholarship program for sale. So we still have plenty of raffle tickets for sale. Members are selling on the grounds. And if you pass a booth, buy a ticket. If you know a raffle team member, please stop and buy a ticket. It's all for a great cause. We're tracking well. Our goal is to raise over $415,000 this year. We're tracking well to that goal, but we could use every single buddy's ticket purchase and buy. And if you are, we have lots of local businesses that support us as well in sponsoring our booths and being a sponsor of a prize that's being donated and participating in our 500 Club. Many thanks to those great businesses that really contribute great amounts of money to help us meet our cause. So thank you very much for having me.
You rock.
You're so welcome. You know, your committee's been doing a lot of great things for a long time. John, tell us a little bit about your experience with that raffle ticket committee. You've been with them for a long time.
Well, I've been forever here. I've been very, very involved in it. The biggest thing that I ever did here, I started the 500 Raffle Club. I did that several years ago. And to this point, the idea that I came up with is we raised several $1 million for the kids. And I used to be a buyer, but now I'm letting the younger people do it. And I just walk around and act busy and flirt with these girls.
You rock too, John. I'm going to give it to you also.
Ooh.
Hey, Siobhan.
John.
Thank you, Siobhan. I love you.
John, real quickly, plug your glass company real quick.
Okay, I have Eastern Glass Company. If you got any glass, anything, call Shayla at 210-333-2210. We fix anything y'all have, glass work. We did the new office here at the San Antonio Stockman Rodeo. You want to see the type of work we do? We did all the glass doors. It's green glass. We did all that.
You can see all the clear sunshine. Nobody get mad at me because his windows are fab.
That's so fun.
John, what's the name of your company again?
East End Glass.
East End Glass, and your phone number one more time.
210-333-2210.
All right. Thank you, John Nava. And the one and only Sharon Arnold and all the other folks that made the show possible today. Live from the very first San Antonio Stock Show and broadcast right here on 9:30 a.m. KLUP. And Talk
Thanks,
About
everyone.
Texas show with Ron Houston. Hey, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
We'll be talking to you later, okay?
All right, buddy.
All right, we want to say, remind you one more time, an evening with Bill Stevens is coming up on Thursday, February 27th, 5 to 7:30 p.m. I'm going to be there. We're going to look forward to meeting everybody. He has a gallery showing and artist talk. Bill's going to discuss his art and share stories of the extraordinary life he's led. And it sounds like from the interview we've had with him, he's got a pretty extraordinary life. That's the Frontier Times Museum, Bill Stevens, and it's the 27th, Thursday of February, 5 to 7:30 p.m. We'll see you there. And thanks again to Gamez and Gamez Facility Solutions for sponsoring our show and all the folks out there at the Stock Show and Rodeo. I'm Ron Houston. You have a good week. So long, everybody.